All right, I'm going to quickly cut across to the Karnataka High Court. Some developments on that. The three-judge bench will be hearing the matter today. Now, whether the verdict is going to come out or not, we'll know only by 2:30. In fact, the showdown over the hijab ban in Karnataka in the meanwhile still continues. Karnataka High Court, which is hearing the matter for the last 2 days, has now referred the issue to a higher judge bench. The Karnataka Chief Justice has constituted a fresh bench which will hear this matter at 2:30 p.m. Now, this bench, the new bench, comprises of Chief Justice Rituraj Awasthi, Justice Krishna S. Dixit and Justice J.M. Kazi, who will now be hearing this matter. Just yesterday, petitioners' lawyer in court had argued that students should be allowed to return to classes as only 2 months are now left for academic year to come to an end, and the girls should not be deprived of education. Now, the Karnataka government has very clearly said that if at all these girls do not shun the hijab before entering their classrooms, then they will not be permitted to enter. It is, in fact, a debate now that's raging on. In fact, Karnataka government has said that it first needs to be determined in the first place if at all hijab is essential in Islam or not. Now, the state government has argued that the decision must be taken on the basis of law and not emotions. Meanwhile, the Karnataka Hijab fire has really spread across India. Students continue to protest against government's order. From Bhopal to Coimbatore, support is now pouring in for the Karnataka girls who have been asked not to wear hijab. The hijab ban only escalates with all the kind of support that they need, that they have received from people across. Now, we are seeing on both ends, extreme ends. On one side, you have a large number of students who are insisting that no religious symbol must be allowed inside classrooms, while the girls who are wearing the hijab insist that this is their fundamental right and it is very much mandatory as part of Islam for them, for a follower. I'm going to cut across to Nolan Pinto. Nolan, these are finer details that the High Court today, we believe, will be taking a good look. In fact, it was very difficult for the Justice Dixit, a single judge bench who was hearing this matter, for him to really come out with a verdict saying that there is so many questions with regards to constitution that crops up in this. Even an interim relief was not given. So a higher judge bench today to hear it. What more do we know? What's expected?
Well, Nabila, in fact, yesterday, while initially when the proceedings actually started, Justice Dixit was of the opinion that it would be better if this matter be referred to a larger bench. But both the Advocate General representing the Karnataka government and the petitioners' lawyers repose faith in him, stating that it would be better if he himself comes out with a solution or basically an order, keeping in mind that students have to go back to school, the issues taking place across Karnataka. But towards the end of the hearing, finally they all agreed, and he stated that this matter will be immediately taken up by a larger bench. And like you also mentioned, the advocates petitioners wanted an immediate relief, but that relief was not given. Rather, Justice Dixit stated that once the bench is set up by the Chief Justice, then they could actually proceed and request him to provide a relief, and then we'll have to wait for the Chief Justice. So 2:30 is when it starts today. We'll have to see how it proceeds.
Right, Nolan, do stay with us. I'm going to cut across to several political reactions that came in. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai has been very adamant. He's been clear that a uniform is mandated inside government colleges. This has always been the practice. Yes, the government has issued a fresh order, but this was a practice that wasn't followed in the past. We will follow it now. Let's take a listen. Basavaraj Bommai, D.K. Shivkumar from the Congress as well, reacting on the same.
Holiday for schools to maintain peace and order in the campus and among the students. So I appeal the outsiders not to provoke anything which will disturb the peace and tranquility of the school campuses and in the state at large. Since the matter is pending in the court and day-to-day hearing is going on, it is our duty to create a peaceful atmosphere so that justice can be delivered.
Constitution has given us an opportunity to do how to do, what to wear, what not to wear. There are institutions which has their own law and constitution. Any parent who want to admit their child, they will look at that and send their child. So it is the choice which curriculum, which dress a child has to wear. The institution has that. Now a lot of changes are going on in Karnataka. The small problem was being occurred, the government would have sorted out. It has completely failed. I don't want to politicalize this issue much. Anyway, we have failed. We am requesting on behalf of the Karnataka Pradesh Congress Party, let us have peace. Let us not seed this hatred among our students.
It is there in our Islam. Hijab only covers woman, gives her that safety. And they are making such a hue about it. It's up to people. If the girl wants to wear a hijab, it's up to her. In this free nation, you can do what is within the nation. It doesn't harm anybody. It doesn't harm anybody at all.
People who are protesting are the people of BJP. There is no doubt about it. The government, before making this issue so high, they should have controlled it. But they did not want to control this. The Muslim girls were wearing the hijab since many years, not yesterday or not 1 year back, since many years. We were tolerant to that. But now, what is the problem for those who are opposing it?
ठीक है, हर इंस्टीट्यूशन का अपना होता है, वो चीज़ ठीक है, बट जब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन खुद आपको ये हक देता है कि आप लोग आपके कल्चर को फॉलो करो, यू कैन फॉलो एनी ऑफ द रिलीजन यू वांट टू, लिव द वे यू वांट टू लिव, तो फिर क्या मतलब, हर किसी को अपना राइट जीने का हक है।
कर्नाटक में हमारी मुस्लिम बहनों के नाम पे, हिजाब के नाम पे जो चीज़ें हो रही हैं, मैं उसके ताल्लुक़ से ये बात कहना चाहूँगी कि मज़हब जो होता है वो इंसान की पहचान होता है। जब एक बच्चा पैदा होता है तो वो डॉक्टर या इंजीनियर नहीं होता, या तो वो हिंदू होता है या मुस्लिम होता है, सिख होता है या ईसाई होता है। तो अगर आप एजुकेशन के नाम पर एक इंसान से उसकी पहचान छीन लेंगे तो ये चीज़ पॉसिबल नहीं है। इवन मैं अपनी हिंदू बहनों के साथ भी खड़ी हूँ, अपनी मुस्लिम बहनों के साथ भी।
हिजाब को लेकर जो कंट्रोवर्सी चल रही है कर्नाटका में, वो बहुत गलत है, क्योंकि हम लोग पहले से हिजाब करते हुए आ रहे हैं, और जो वो यूनिवर्सिटी में हो रहा है तो वो नहीं होना चाहिए। हिजाब कहीं पर भी आड़े नहीं आता है, उससे हम लोगों को प्रोटेक्शन फील होता है, हम लोग आराम से कहीं पर भी जा सकते हैं।
Now, I've been here in Udupi trying to really catch what the girls have to say, what's been on their mind, especially those petitioners, the original true rebels who've come out insisting that they want to wear the hijab. These petitioners spoke to us, to India Today, explaining what they expect of the government and of the judiciary. Let's take a listen. Who started instigated protests which has snowballed across the state and the country. Do you feel proud of what you've done?
Yeah, I'm proud because at least I did not sit silent and just bear the injustice happening with me. I have raised my voice and inshallah I'll get justice. Yeah.
What kind of justice are you looking at? Alia, have you always worn the hijab?
Yes, I always own my hijab since I was child. Since from my first standard I'm wearing my hijab and I've never taken it off and I'll never take it off.
They're saying that you're suppressed and you're being instigated by political parties?
Not at all. No one is forcing me to do this. That is baseless. Telling that someone is forcing me to wear hijab, that is baseless statement, because this is my choice and this is not the first time I'm wearing hijab. Since I was child, I'm wearing this hijab and I'm proud to wear hijab.
Here, if the Karnataka government supposed says that you cannot wear the hijab inside classrooms, will you still continue your education, Alia?
Yeah, with hijab, I would like to continue my education with hijab, because right now I'm waiting for judgment, the court order, which is again postponed. It's really sad that it again postponed because our exams are near and I hope we'll get justice soon.
Now, if at all there is a uniform rule that inside classrooms the court says you cannot wear a hijab, will you still go to college and without the hijab at that time, or will you drop out?
Right now I'm not thinking about that because I have all the hopes in my judicial system and constitution and the judge who are giving, who will give the order. So right now I have all the trust on them and I hope they'll give justice first.
Right. Well, you know, there's so many allegations that among the six of you, you were the 6 girls who started off this petition and, you know, protested for hijab to be worn inside classrooms. 2 of them were not wearing the hijab earlier. Now they're insisting that they want to wear the hijab, trying to make this a issue. Is that true?
No, it's not true. Not at all.
All 6 girls have worn the hijab for how many years?
It's from beginning we are wearing hijabs, almost everybody. It's no, why this is question coming right now? Because this right, a girl can wear hijab whenever she wants. If she's wearing tomorrow, she can remove tomorrow. That doesn't matter. When she wants to wear, let her wear, right? It's her choice whenever she can wear. Why is this question arising?
Why do you think this question is arising? Who is instigating all of this?
It's just the people are diverting this issue. It was a small student issue, and I don't think the political parties should come and interfere in our issue. It was a student issue, and they're just trying to divert in communal way. In each and every way, they're trying to divert this issue.
Well, these girls, these petitioners seem very anguished, enraged, and they're of course waiting for the court's verdict to come out at the earliest. 2:30 p.m. is when the hearing begins. I'm going to cut across to Shrija, who's been constantly on ground tracking all those developments here in Udupi too. Shrija, you're also following up on this hearing that's going to start at 2:30 p.m. In the meanwhile, I'd like to ask you, what's the arrangement that the colleges in Udupi have made? All these very sensitive areas where these colleges had massive protests that they witnessed outside. If at all the hearing continues for the next few days, if it's delayed, will schools and colleges remain shut, or is there a formula or a decision that the government is going to come up with?
No, actually, according to the officials here, the college would continue to shut because the principals and most of the college committees have already said that if court is not they're taking time and they are not able to conclude to come to a peaceful decision, then why should we keep it open and give students a platform to fight or violation to be created? You know, they don't want to take any kind of a risk, and they wanted the college to shut. And if online classes are supposed to happen, they are ready for that also for all the students. But until a proper justice or proper judgment is released, the college would remain closed. And this is what we are getting, you know. And it is also we should also remember